Oh, apparently I'm live. Hello, everybody, whoever might be there. um, for those of you that might not have tuned in before, my name is Catherine Cox. I'm the owner of Dolphin Healing Arts and Nature. And to kick off the new year and kind of close this really interesting and challenging, but also very enlightening year 2020, I'm going to be doing a special divine animal card reading, and I will also be doing an ASMR painting. And if you want to contribute comments in the chat for ideas, feel free to do that. I might glance over there if I need some help with inspiration. I don't know what I'm going to paint. You're going to get to be a part of influencing that if that's what you want to do. Or, maybe no one will tune in today. And if you see this video later and you like it, you can include other ideas for ASMR paintings that you'd like to see. I kind of do it Bob Ross style, but with my own twist, of course. And feel free to create and paint along. So thanks for tuning in. Let's go ahead and, let's smudge first. Have this nice sage stick that a friend gifted to me when I was going through a lot, and I've been using it a lot. I'm almost done with it. The act of smudging is just good for clearing energy and kind of purifying and cleansing. So if you want to sage at home, feel free to do so. There you go. And all our materials. I'll be doing acrylics today, and also incorporating some plant material into my artwork. So I look forward to sharing more about how healing arts and therapeutic horticulture kind of go together. It's kind of difficult to explain what I do to people. So hopefully this will give more information. All right. And then I use the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit guidebook by Kim Krantz for my card readings. I highly recommend it. It's excellent artwork and very beautiful. I always find that it's very powerful to me when I do these card readings. And normally I like to sit on the floor and kind of wave my hand over it, and I'll feel like a cool tingling energy sensation in my fingertips or palms when I'm doing a reading. But for those of you that don't know, I am on crutches right now and I have a hurt knee and hurt ankle, and I am homebound. So I'm just kind of doing a modified version. And I break it up into 4 sections: earth, air, fire, water. And then I'm just going to kind of fan them out as best I can. And for this part, if you're tuning in, you're welcome to kind of close your eyes and just kind of focus on what kind of intention that you would like to set for 2021 and what you would like to focus on. You can say it out loud or keep it to yourself, or you can enter it in the chat here. Oh, Sophia's here. Hi, Sophia. Sophia's my niece. So exciting that someone's tuning in. Yay. Definitely check out Sophia's videos too. She is a real up-and-coming star in the YouTube world. Okay, focus on what do you want the new year to bring into your life? What messages do you want to be brought to you right now to help give you some insight into how you want to move forward with your life? Okay. Kind of difficult when they're all jumbled, but we do the best we can, right? Right here, okay. Our first card, ooh, Vulture. I have been pulling this one up a lot. Vulture, I'll go into more depth about it, but I can tell you Vulture is all about purifying and clarifying, and it's a misunderstood creature in the animal kingdom, but without the Vulture, there would be a lot more disease and spread. And I've drawn the Vulture a lot during the pandemic, and I think that that's a powerful message about how this is, in some ways, depending on how you look at it, it can be a blessing in disguise. And think about what, although there's been a lot of tragedy and a lot of sadness, what are the good things that have come up for you as a result of what has happened? So I will read more about that later, and we will continue. What other messages does the universe want us to know? Okay, we have another card. Ooh, black egg. I will double check, but I'm pretty sure this has to do with being in touch with your authentic voice and speaking your truth. I've definitely had to do that recently, and it is not an easy thing to do, to speak up, but sometimes that's the only way that you can create positive change. So we'll look more into that. So any other friends that want to come out, join us. Okay, we have one more, looks like. Frog, oh yes. Frog medicine is very powerful as well. I worked with frog medicine back in 2014. Definitely a time of healing and reflection and self-care, self-compassion. That's powerful stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and get a little more detail about what these three cards mean. Okay? So we got frog, black egg, and vulture. I'm gonna set these right over here for us. So we have an air, a water, and yeah, we have air, water, and spirit card. Vulture, guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there is a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is a blessing in disguise. When in balance, clarifies, reveals wisdom. When out of balance, dramatic and aggressive. To bring into your balance, clean your space. Sage. Well, we just did that, so we're one step ahead of the game. How about that? Okay. Let's jump ahead to spirit. I'm going to read more about this black egg. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in. Books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet assessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment, in every situation. It is the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. The black egg and the fifth chakra. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the throat chakra. The ancient sages saw this center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. It translates to especially pure. The balance of the center is important for all of us, but it is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. Well, shout out to all my teachers out there. I'm a teacher myself, so that's definitely very powerful. And I have definitely, like I said, had to work on speaking my truth. And that is a really powerful tool that we can use to move forward with our life. For those of you that are not aware, I also do chakra imbalance nutrition. So if you want to work on developing the throat chakra, eating more, I believe it's blue food. So blueberries, blue corn tortilla chips, just more purple potatoes, just more blue or purple hued foods. The vibration of that energy can help restore balance in the throat chakra. If you're interested in eating according to that, that's how I navigate nutrition for myself. I do it according to I think I need more red food or I need more yellow food, and it correlates with the chakras. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please go to dolphinhealingartsandnature.com to learn more about what I offer to support those rebalancing with nutrition. Then we're going to water now. We're looking for our frog friend. Here he is. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog and the water element are most inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in, frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. When in balance, clear energy and enthusiasm for life. When out of balance, depleted, running on empty. To bring into balance, lake, river, ocean, or bathhouse. Well, as soon as I'm off these crutches, I am definitely going to go take a walk by the water. So, yeah, great advice. I hope that helped some of you and resonated with you, and that throughout the year, as you reflect on this or you watch this later, hopefully it will make some sense to your life. So that's a bit of that, and hopefully that will inspire our painting today. Let's go ahead and get started. I know I'm excited. So I just have a plain square canvas. You can follow along at home if you have a canvas or if you have some paper. That is fine with me. We have our water and we have our palette. And what I like to do, I always like to start out with either some black or titanium white. So go ahead and put that on your palette. And you can go ahead and choose a larger brush. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. I have a 1.5 inch brush. If you want to use a different size brush, feel free. I like to get my brush a little bit wet. And of course, I have my surface covered on the floor and on the table that I'm using. And we're just going to mix in the water and the paint and just kind of get it nice and wet. And then we're going to jump in here. And we're just going to jump right in And we are going to just cover our canvas. It's always good to coat your canvas, the surface, with some kind of solid wet color, and it just kind of gets the canvas moist. And then when the other colors go on, it kind of helps bring out the vibrancy of them. So go ahead and do that. I wore a pretty dress today, but I recommend wearing something that you don't mind getting a little bit dirty. I just want to look nice for you all. Want to look nice for the new year. Shout out to my friend Julia, who actually bought me this dress and sent it to me from Hawaii. Thank you, Julia, my friend Panther. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to spend too much time on that. It's just to kind of get our surface prepped and ready for our beautiful colors. Any ideas or suggestions about what color I should add first? Feel free to tell me in the chat or in the comments. Let's see. I'm looking at the cards here too, and I'm seeing a lot of darker colors. I'm seeing a lot of purple. I'm feeling like, let's start off with some purple. Why not? I'm going to keep my 1.5 inch brush. Oh, Sophia says blue. Okay. Well, I just pulled out blue. So I'll add some blue and then I'll add some purple. So we'll mix it together. Thank you, Sophia. So I'm going to do ultramarine blue, and I'm going to mix it in with my white right here. So it's going to be kind of a slightly lighter blue. We don't want to go too dark too quick. You can always, it's good to start out light and then you can always go darker. That's what I think. So I'm getting a nice light blue color. We're just getting our 1.5 inch brush nice and covered there. And then we're just going to jump in. We're going to start working on that sky. Just jump right in there. And like I say, with all my paintings, we're not attached to what it looks like. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just having fun. The act of creating and making art is healing in and of itself. The act of, being creative and expressing yourself is what brings you joy and healing. And that's what we're doing here. We're just having some fun. Go ahead and add some more in there. Just work it into the canvas. So for those of you that might not know, I call this an ASMR painting because some people would say that the sound of painting on a canvas or, the act of watching someone paint can induce feelings of relaxation. And the ASMR, I don't remember what the letters stand for, but the best way I can describe it is it's this tingling sensation in the back of your neck, and it can make you feel relaxed and comfortable. It can promote better sleep, help you de-stress. And I know this past year I discovered ASMR videos, and it has really helped me during the pandemic, just helping me calm down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing in some of our red. This is a Candium Deep Hue Red. I'm going to add that right over here. Just a little bit, because I really like that blue. That was a good suggestion, Sophia. And I'm going to just mix it in. Mix in that red and blue. Want to add some white? Go ahead. It's a really red purple. That's okay. We're just experimenting. We're just having fun. We're not worried about what it looks like. And we're going to just jump right in there. Start adding that in there. Don't be afraid to get the brush a little bit more wet if you need to. Water-based paint tends to dry out a little more quickly. Some hairs are in my brush. Oh well. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to add some more white. Ooh, it's making like this light, nice lavender color now. Ooh, I like that. That's fun. Very fun. Okay. And then we're coming in with our lavender. We're adding that. We're just making this really magnificent sky. Yeah, we got the blue and the purple. We were talking about that for the chakras. So that makes sense that we're prioritizing those colors. I just kind of smooth it out. I think though too, I do want it to have more blue. I like that blue. I'm gonna add more to that. A lot of my colors have been, kind of leaning on the darker side lately. Add some more blue. So we kind of have like a two-tone purple now. We're going to go around the outside. You know, and another thing that I'm feeling is that I really want to do some more water in my painting because we got the thing about the frog and needing the water for the cleansing, and I am kind of new to putting water in my paintings. Like I've been doing a lot of mountains, a lot of trees, and I have a feeling we'll put some more in there, but I want to put some water in this one for sure. Let's see here. We're going to need some more of our blue. A little bit more. And we're going to take this brush. We're just going to get it really thick on there. And we're just going to create a little water line right along here. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Remember, art is not perfect. Anytime we do something where we think like, oh, it's a mistake, then we'll just turn it into something and it'll be fine. Part of the fun in painting is learning how people came up with those weird and beautiful and interesting mistakes. or happy little accidents, as Bob used to call them. And then I added a little bit more of our titanium white. I'm just going to gather them on here. And then I'm just going to come back in here. Dot along. And then just go straight down. Straight down. Go through, pull it down again if you need to. And then straight across. And there we have a nice little water line. We might keep it, we might change it, we might add more, I don't know. We will see. And don't forget to, if you need to, flip your painting upside down. You can always do that, so you don't miss any of those little areas. I'm going to put that brush in there for a little while. I am now feeling, we're going to come back to that, but I'm feeling this painting also needs to have a mountain. I'm just really into mountains right now. I'm going to build on that purple that we have. I'm going to add more blue. I'm going to add some black, deep, rich black mountains. Black and blue. I'm going to take my little palette knife here. I'm just going to stir it up a little bit. Don't cover up that white. You're going to use it later. Don't be afraid to let the color be really dark because we want it to stand out. And we're going to have fun with shading later, so it'll be fun. And then I'm going to use my little palette knife here. I'm going to come along and kind of lather up my knife. Like so. And I'm just going to come in here. All right, there's one mountain. Two. And then I'm gonna just do some little baby mountains right here. One blessing that has come of this year is that I feel a lot closer to my family than I ever have. I think we just realized how precious our family is and how much we really need each other right now. I've lost some people this year, suddenly and unexpectedly. And it really has put things into perspective, and not just in terms of death, but like romantic and friendships and jobs, students, like all kinds of things, whether it was me having to move or me having to let go or me having to completely rearrange my life. There's been a lot of painful transitions, and some of them were things that were out of my control, and it was really difficult for sure. But like the vulture is teaching us, sometimes it's for the best. Sometimes it is a blessing in disguise. We can never really know. Yeah, we're just adding all these little mountains. Also, I will say I have definitely leaned a lot on my friends and my community. I'm kind of taking the edge of my knife. I'm kind of playing here, a little palette knife, and I'm just kind of going through and adding these fun little squiggles. I haven't done that before, and it's kind of fun. You kind of carve into the paint. I might keep it. I might not. I don't know. But it's fun to play. Don't stop being curious. That's really important. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get some of that white. Oh, we need more. We need more of that. We need to mix it a little bit too. Okay, I see what's happening. Okay, don't mix it too good. Have some variety in here. It almost has kind of like a marble effect. Scoop it up on your little knife, little palette knife. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because now you're just going to come in here and you're just going to add some dimension to your mountains. I'm learning too, sometimes if you just tap it, that creates kind of a cool effect. But, okay. All right, I'm going to put that in there, leaving you in there. I'm going to come along now. I have one of these little edge brushes. I hope you're able to see okay. All right. I'm just going to come along this little edge here. You know what else I'm thinking is that we want to have trees back here. And I'm also realizing I probably should have done the mountains and the trees before doing the water to create the reflection, but that's okay. Like I said, we are learning. So I'm going to go ahead and just thin it out a little bit. And I'm going to come through and I'm just going to pop them in there. do a little bit wet. We're going to do this next part kind of quick. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to add texture. The thing is, because I delayed the reflection piece, I need to create the reflection while the paint is still wet. This could be a good way to work out some aggression too, like I'm angry, I'm gonna get it out. Okay. Adding a little extra water too is gonna help too. This is a really good lesson in learning, like, oh, whoops, I did something that I didn't mean to do, or I went out of step. I can always go back and fix it. True. Maybe not with life, but you can with art. So I'm gonna just drag it across. Okay. All right. I'm gonna add that oil. We don't want to mix oil and acrylic together. That doesn't go very well. Just a heads up. I learned that one the hard way. We're gonna add green or yellow. Mix it in a little bit with this black blue color because black has a lot of blue pigments and it will create a deep green. So mix it in real quick like. If you want to add more black and make it darker, go for it. I'm not telling you what to do. My thinking is we want to get it on there as soon as we can. So that's the goal. And I'm going to hold on to that brush. I'm going to pull out my little fan brush now. This is great for making trees. A little fan brush. Load up your brush with the color. And then just start putting in those trees. The way I do it is I do these little lines. Kind of have them in a row. Don't be afraid to put some big ones in there. Quickly take it. Start with the corner and work your way out. Yeah. Don't be afraid to let some of them be taller than the mountains. Don't let the mountains steal a show. You can have some nice trees in there. Don't be afraid to be daring and vulnerable with your art. We're going to come back in here later too, and we're going to brighten this up. We're just getting it on here for now so we can do our water. If some titanium white or a little extra yellow slips in there, that's fine. Just let it be. Maybe there's some highlights in nature that are poking out to say, hello, we're here too. We're going to have a big tree. Right. It's just popping out. Hello, here I am. Okay. And then here. You remember that 1.5 inch brush? Pull it out of that water. Dry it off. Dip it back in that water that we were playing with earlier. Has kind of a gray. Come back here and go over that water line. And pull straight down. Don't worry about it getting over your mountains, it's fine. And then just lightly go across. There you go. Okay. So it looks a little more smooth, yeah? Because it has like a reflection, kind of. I'll pull the camera in closer when it's all done so y'all can see better. Oh, fan brush, I'm not done with you. We're going to go back to our trees now. We got our water, we saved that. Have our mountains. I'm going to play more with our tree friends. Okay. All right, let's get some more of that nice color mixed. I'm going to add more yellow, lighten it up a little bit. I think of yellow as being a hopeful color. I don't know about you, but I really like yellow, and it's not used very often. I'm going to add more blue. We already have our black there. Too much black can make the color look too muddled, so be careful about how much you use of that. Okay, wow, that's great. Deep green. We mixed in blue, yellow, a little bit of black. And then under going in there. Taking our fan brush again. I just love this fan brush. I think it's probably one of the more important brushes I use. I'm going to put a tree in right here. Start here. I was thinking about how, normally I'm not so nervous when I'm painting because I have time to go back and like edit it later if I make mistakes or if I say something wrong. But when you're like performing for somebody, there's like a little bit more pressure. And I was thinking about how in high school people used to be like, "Oh, I want to sit and watch you paint. Is that okay?" And I would allow it, but that it would feel really uncomfortable if they were like, "Oh no, why'd you do that? You ruined it." So, whatever. Sometimes you are your own fan, and that's okay. Haters gonna hate. Don't let that stop you from moving forward. Don't let that stop you from creating. Okay, really fun. This little tree. It's just like, I know you're looking at the water, but you're also gonna look at me too. Adding some light. Highlight in there. Adding just a little bit of highlight. You don't have to go crazy with it. Just enough to add some dimension to the trees. This guy needs some highlight too, I think. Okay. And then I'm just going to pop in most looks right here. Little highlights. bring out our trees in the back. Cool. Cool, cool. Okay. All right, I'm going to give my fan brush a little break. I'm going to do something kind of crazy. I found a pine cone outside that I've been admiring. And we're going to actually use this as a painting tool, just to add something kind of fun. You can use nature for painting if you don't have a brush. How about that? So, what are we going to add? We're going to add a little bit more yellow to that mix that we just made for the highlight on the tree. And we're going to add another layer of highlight. I'm going to mix it up with our little palette knife. Just kind of layer it on. I find that if I mix the color right next to the other one, then I can kind of see how it would go together. I like that. So there's going to be like 3 different colors on that tree. And then we're going to take our pine cone friends. We're going to dip that into the paint. And we're just going to jump on the tree and just start adding some little marks. And it makes it a little bit more random. It's a very unique kind of stroke that you couldn't just do with a paintbrush. I love painting with plant material because it helps me let go more. Nature isn't perfect. There's so much biodiversity in nature. Everything is so different, and everything is so beautiful too. You know? I'm gonna add some more back here, a little pine cone. Fun. I also too, whenever I see pine cones, I think about that activity you do in kindergarten when you put like peanut butter or something like that, or honey, and then you roll it in bird seed, and then you hang it out, and then it's just a little treat for the birds. I love that. And okay, cool. So our pine cone friend, and then I have this little piece of pine right here. This is an evergreen conifer, meaning that it does not lose its leaves. It stays green all year long and keeps its leaves, versus our deciduous friends, which means that they do lose their leaves. So, it's a little fun fact for you, a little plant fun fact. And I'm going to add, thinking about adding some gold with our pine. Go ahead and pour a little bit of gold or silver or some kind of magical powder onto your palette if you want to. And then use this pine or some kind of plant material and dip that in the gold. Mix it around. And then you're going to go in and add that to your tree. So we'll add just a little bit of sparkle. Yeah. And you know, if I'm being honest, I really like a little sparkle in my sky. So I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle there too. Feel free to add some sparkle to the sky or to the water or whatever it is you're painting. You might be painting something completely different than me, and that is fine. You do you. I'm going to take another dry 1.5 inch brush. I have another one. I'm going to dip that in my gold. I'm just going to sweep it across the sky. Yeah. Oops. See, we had some little mistakes happen. Happy little accidents. That's okay. You're gonna get it. What are we gonna put right there? What should we put right there? How can we add something unique to it? Okay. I'm thinking if you have any ideas, feel free to share. I have an idea. I'm going to do something kind of vulnerable. Kind of brush here on these, so. I'm going to add a couple more trees first, and then I'm going to add something a little more personal. Yeah, we both got right here. Bringing that down. Gonna add that into blue. Okay, I'm doing black, blue, and another touch of yellow. More black this time. Mixing it up. I want it to be a little darker. Mixing it here. Okay. We need it to stand out more. So it's a little bit more intentional. Meaning our water line to stand out more too. See how we're problem solving? When something happens, we're like, okay, how can we fix it? Not, oh, my painting's ruined, and then you throw it. Nope. Don't give up. Just think, okay, what can I do? I'm gonna do it. Just try. So I have these two trees that are next to each other. I'm gonna bring this one up too. But then, this is the kicker. The vulnerable thing that I'm going to add is that maybe I'm going to put it right here. There was going to be a tree. I've never done this before. This is very brave. And the tree fell. The tree broke. There's been a lot of heartbreak this year. It's been very difficult for sure. But as you can see, there's so much blessing, there's so much good that has happened. Heartbreak has definitely been at the forefront of it though. But as they say, we learn from it. It helps us grow as a person. And sometimes, because of that, there can be new life. I'm going to add a little something right here. Could be some new life. Sometimes you have to let go to grow, you know. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to just add some little darken it back here. So we have a more defined water line. I'm going to add we're just kind of playing now. We're just kind of seeing where this goes. I like to think of these trees as my community, represent my community of people that care about me and want to see me grow and thrive. Okay. Adding some more color here, yep. You know, those mountains were fun to make and maybe we'll add more, but in a way I think it's kind of good that the view is being blocked because we don't know what's to come, do we? We never really know. Sometimes we need to focus on what needs healing before we can move forward and see what's waiting for us. You can interpret that however you want to. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know what I was going to be painting today. I just was going to kind of let it unfold. And you could think, oh, this is a tragedy. This is so sad. It is. But there's so much more. There's so many more trees that are standing, you know. I want there to be some life on this tree, even though it broke. There is still hope. There is still hope that you will grow from the experience, and it doesn't have to be bad. Okay. And I'm going to add, we need more of our titanium white. Let's bring our front titanium white out. We're going to mix, put some deep color and the light color, and mix it so it's dulled down a little bit. Okay. And a little bit of yellow. Just a touch, just a tiny, tiny bit. And then we're going to mix that in. I like that. Sometimes something good can come from something bad or sad. But it is all part of life. And it doesn't mean that anybody is bad or that it's sad that the tree is broken. It's just something that happens sometimes. Okay. Go through. We're going to add more highlight on our tree friends. Oh yeah. You want them to pop out a little bit more. Because when they pop out a little bit more, then you're not going to focus on, oh, what I can. Oh, I like that. I don't know that's going to pop out there. Maybe that tree died too. I don't know. A little more highlight here. Front. Okay. And I also am meaning to do this. I wanted to come across here with a little bit more white. Just make a more well-defined water line. And then just kind of drag it across randomly. Creates little ripples in the water. See that? Okay, cool. Okay. How are y'all feeling about that? Actually, not sure who all was on. It's still fun, even if nobody was here. I would just do it because I love to paint. And when you do what you love, it makes you happy. My friend Ruth, if she's tuning in or watches this later, is probably going to be like, oh, what's another Katieism? I'm going to write that down. Another fun thing I said the other day was, it's natural to be in nature. Really, you think? Okay. I'm going to pull down just a little bit more. And run it across a little more. You just keep fussing with it, adding little details. Okay. I think we need a little bit more depth right here. More deeper colors. If this doesn't help you feel relaxed, I hope it at least makes you chuckle. Okay. I think I'm going to call that good. I feel happy with that. All right. So, last very important thing that we need to do is we need to sign our artwork. You always want to sign your artwork. I'm going to get a thinner brush. I'm going to sign it with white. Just a little bit. Don't go crazy. We don't need very much more. We don't want to waste. Oh, you know what? Before I sign, I'll just add a little something here. It pops up. Oh, that could be new growth happening. That felt important. Okay. Load up one of your smaller brushes. And then I'm just going to do, okay. All right. Wonderful. Any ideas about what we could call it? Any ideas? I just saw my sister wrote juice. That's a shout out to Ruth. Um, maybe New Year's Twilight, something like that. I don't know. But New Year's Reflection, I don't know. If you have any ideas, feel free to include those in the comments too. But yeah, I'm going to call it good for our painting. No, I lied. I want to add a little bit more to the mountain right here. Add a little bit more. Okay. Don't be afraid to have fun with it. Okay. Okay, that feels better. All right, now I'm going to call it good. If you have any ideas about things that you would like to see an ASMR painting of, if you have ideas for the title, feel free to include those in the comments. I don't know if you also read in the description below, but if you are interested in getting an autographed print of this, a free autographed print, feel free to like and share this video and leave a comment saying something that you would like to see for another ASMR painting video, or yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So thank you very much. Also, if you're interested in learning more about the divine animal card readings, or doing custom artwork, learning about chakra nutrition, or doing therapeutic horticulture or anything like that, if you have any more questions, please go to dolphinhealingeartsandnature.com and look at my website, and feel free to contact me. I do free consultations, and I hope that you enjoyed this session. Thank you for tuning in, and it was a fun little experiment. It's fun to push yourself outside your comfort zone. So I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and I look forward to doing another video sometime soon. So take care and enjoy. Bye-bye.